to the Adventurers, the Temple of Chac. This is the beginning of turn 4. And yes, our adventurers are now out of the closing wall room. The boulder is in the corner, picking up steam. It's going to be rolling 4 dice this turn, because it's turn 4, to see if it moves. And so let's go over to the player area. We're playing a 4-player game, and looks like Len Sao Yao is up first. Let's go ahead, we have to adjust load levels. So let's go and adjust our load levels depending on how much loot we're carrying. Alright, so adjusting load levels this time, Bill Baker, which is us, we're carrying 4 items now, and so our load level we have to adjust between 4 and 6 items is a 3, which means we roll a 3+ on the dice, gives us an action. Anything under 1s and 2s will not. And of course, Puccio Cortez is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 treasures. He is also in the area of rolling 3. Leah Rice has 4, and she is also going to be adjusted to a load level of 3. However, Len Sao Yao is still at 1, 2, 3 treasures, so he's going to remain at 2. And it's Len Sao's turn first in turn 4. So he's going to go over. We're going to go to the main board. We're going to roll a 5 dice. Now we're going to see how many actions each of our characters get to perform. Alright, so Len Sao Yao rolling the dice for actions. And let's see what we have. Well, the 1's going to be an action for nobody. The 2 is going to be an action for Len Sao Yao. And the 2 4s and a 5 are going to be actions for everybody. So basically, Bill Baker, Puccio, and Leah Rice, because their load level is a 3+, do not get an activation or an action on a 2. But Len does. And he begins. So he's going to get 4 actions. And every other player is going to get only 3 actions. So you can see as your load level increases, the possibility of having fewer actions goes up. And yes, the boulder keeps rolling along. Alright, so let's zoom in on our characters. We start with Len, and he's going to have 4 actions. Alright, so Len way up here, he's very far away from the boulder. He's going to go and move 2 spaces, 1, 2, to here. And he is going to attempt to retrieve the 1 treasure in this alcove. Now it's behind a locked panel. Maybe there's some glyphs that need to be deciphered. And remember, Len's special ability is he can set a die to anything he likes. So I'm just going to go ahead. He's going to roll 5 dice. This is going to be his 3rd action. And he gets he gets it. He gets a 1, 2, 3. And that is good enough to retrieve that treasure. So now he's up to 4 treasures. He has 1 more action, and with his 1 more action, he's going to move 1 more space. And that's it for him. Readjust the camera, and up next will be Bill Baker. Alright, so we're up next. We only have 3 actions, because of course that 2 on the die doesn't give us an action. So with 3 actions, we have looked at the tiles in the closing wall room, and we know that this one is a trap. So we obviously don't want to step on it, or we'll go through the floor into the lava and be burned to a crisp and expire. So, with 3 actions remaining, I think we're going to try to avoid the lava room for now. And we're just going to move 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, to make sure we have a good head start on that boulder, because we don't want to be crushed. Leah, however, is a little braver than we are. She has 3 actions. It's her turn. No, I'm sorry, it's Puccio's turn now. Beg my pardon. Puccio's turn. He is going to do actually exactly the same thing as we did, and he's going to try and get ahead of that boulder as far as possible. He is not going to be brave enough to start stumbling through the lava room because he did not look at any of the glyphs, so he doesn't know which are trapped and which are not. And 1 false move in there, and of course you're dead. So he's going to take his 3 actions and go 1, 2, 3, joining us, Bill Baker. And now it is Leah's turn. She's last in this turn, turn 4. And she knows 2 of the trapped tiles in the room. So basically 10 of them are non-trapped, 2 of them are trapped. She knows the 2 that are trapped. So with her 3 actions, she's going to go 1, 2, and she's going to step onto this tile. And when you step on a tile, you flip it over. And so we flip it over. And we're going to look at the symbol. Now we're going to go over to the area that has all the other symbols, and we're going to see if that matches, which means it's a safe tile. If it doesn't match, then unfortunately it's going to be one of the trap tiles. All right, and of course the easier way to do this is to look at the four, these are the four trapped glyphs, and so on the back side of these, of course, is a glyph. So if this matches one of the trapped ones, it is in fact a trap, and it doesn't because it has 2 solid bars and 4 dots on top, and none of these do. So these are the 4 traps. So that's a safe spot in the lava room. So let's go back there. That was Leah's second action. She gets 1 action more. All right, so Leah is on a safe spot. She has 1 action left. She could move another space, but what she's going to do is she's going to search. Each one of the tiles in the lava room is searchable, and you take one of the lava cards. So she's going to grab one of those as a treasure, add it to her existing 4. She now has 5, and then we will replace this tile with one of the safe tiles to designate that it is no longer searchable. She has found the treasure there, and anyone else now can walk on that space, but there's no more treasure there to be found. And that is going to end Leah's turn. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to see if the walls completely close in the wall room and how far the boulder is going to roll along. So let's readjust the camera and we'll get to that. All right, so a little bit irrelevant at this moment. I don't think anyone's going to go back to the closing wall room, but we're still going to go through the process anyway. We turn over 1 card, the normal walls move. We turn over another card, and this closes in, and boom, the 2 walls meet, and a 3rd card is not going to mean anything. So basically, on this turn, the closing wall room has sealed itself off, and there's no going back into it. So I can't really show that, but the 2 walls now have completely come together, and that room is locked for good. And of course, up next is the boulder. So let's go ahead. We're going to be rolling 4 dice this time. The player who would be playing Len would be doing that. So it's turn 4. It's going to be 4 dice. Anything on a 3+ means the boulder moves 1 space. And okay, the boulder doesn't move on a 1 or a 2, but it does move on a 4 and a 6. So we go way up to the top here, and the boulder is going to roll along 2 more spaces. 1, 2. So try to cheat a little bit here. If we look up, we've got pretty good distance yet from the boulder. However, next turn, the boulder is going to be re-rolling 5 dice for the boulder instead of 4. Let me just readjust, recap, and this will be the end of turn. All right, so we have our adventures. We have Leah is in the lava room. She knows 2 of the trap tiles. We have Len here. I guess he's trying to search and steal all the treasures out of the little alcoves by picking the locks. And we have ourselves, Bill, Baxter, and Puccio, just about rounding the corner. And the boulder is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from us. All right, that's turn 4 of the Adventures, the Temple of Chac. Join me next time for turn 5, when our adventurers continue looting and continue staying steps ahead of the boulder. And we will go from there. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for the Adventures, the Temple of Chac, turn 5.